Hello, welcome to Ones of Force, the Star Wars podcast. My name's Phil, of course, I'm usual by George and absent, because for once Dave is the absent one. Hello, George.
Hello there. How are you?
I am very good, very excited for our special little video today.
The video. Oh, I was going to say I was excited for this week. It's nice to be back in the video. I did say I'd try and get to a preview video. We've been able to sneak that in 2 days before I fly off. And yes, if you haven't checked by the name, this is our Star Wars Celebration 2019 preview video. I don't know if we did a preview video for 2017, but it doesn't matter because it's 2019.
I think we did do a preview video for 2017. 2016, of course, is when we all met. So it's kind of this is our little kind of homage to when we first started. But yes, today is our preview video. Looking forward to Chicago 2019. This year is going to be a big one. There's a lot of panels, a lot of big announcements coming up.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I've never seen a 5-day celebration. I think Orlando was 4 days, which was kind of push. I mean, they say this is 5 days. It really is 4 days and a kind of half-day preview thing. Obviously, in 2017, you had the 40th anniversary panel, Episode 8, Star Wars Rebels, and the Battlefront 2. They were your headliners. Similar to this year, we just have 4 headliners, one on each day. Thursday, again, the preview day. I don't even know if you have to buy things on the preview day. I don't know how preview days work at conventions because in England, we don't get San Diego. No, we just literally get the only 3-day convention in England is MCM London.
Yes,
every other one
I go to
2 days. Yeah, and you go to MCM London, they don't have a preview half day. There's not enough there to have a preview day, which kind of gives me a lot of hope heading into this. But 5-day convention is that's going to push its limits, I think.
It is indeed.
I'm excited, but I'm intrigued at the same time because it's not going as well as we all wanted it to be. But we will get to that later on.
We will get to the trials and tribulations that Celebration has later on. First off, we're going to look at the bigger panels. So Thursday, as George just alluded to, is a preview day. Nothing's happening there. No panels at all. So there's nothing to report on there. So Thursday, we probably won't be doing any videos at all. I doubt it. We may do a George is there update kind of video, but we'll see. But heading into Friday, the big one, and probably the biggest of the weekend, debatable, but it probably is the Episode 9 panel. That's going to be the big one. George, I know you've entered the lottery system, that we'll get into that later, and hopefully, fingers crossed, you do get in for it. That's the one I'm looking forward to most, I think, over the entire weekend.
Yeah, I think it's the same here. It's the sequel trilogy. Disney bought Lucasfilm to make Star Wars films, well, amongst other things. And it's the end of. I mean, I keep saying to you guys, this is the end of the first era of the Disney Star Wars era. This is, the final film in the sequel trilogy. It's the last time they're all going to be there, I guess, until press premieres at the end of the year. Well, I say I don't think Adam Driver's going to be there because he's doing.
He's in Broadway.
He's on Broadway. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. But at this point, if someone would have said a year ago, Star Wars Celebration, we're like, we'll get the first trailer. That's a guarantee. That's what we'll get Celebration. I'd have said that a year ago. Now I think we're going to get the title of the film and a trailer and a poster.
Yeah,
which is
going to be a lot.
It's a lot of news to digest, and I think hand in hand, it's a kind of mini thank you to Avengers for choosing the strategy of let's just not say the name of the film until the trailer comes out, which I've got a lot of admiration for. Different stakes, both being ends of their own respective franchises. Avengers is, it's a 2-parter.
Yeah.
Any name that was revealed of that was a spoiler. With Episode 9, I feel that because it was such a nice little bit of info on that trailer, I feel that Lucasfilm specifically delayed it for this. And I'm excited because not only are we probably going to get a teaser trailer, it will also be the reveal of the name. Fingers crossed I'm in the convention hall, but imagine getting that YouTube notification pops up like Star Wars. It'll be like Avengers. Remember, Avengers was just Avengers trailer.
Yeah.
That was the official name. This would be Star Wars Episode IX trailer. Yeah. That would be so cool to get through if they don't put it on the thumbnails or anything like that. And I really hope they do because I think it's going to be a big one. They've announced JJ and Cuffy are going to be there. Oscar Isaac let slip. He was going to be there. Clearly, the main cast are coming. Any new additions? I would love Richard E. Grant to be there.
I also wonder if we're going to get a guest announced as well. Like when we were at Rogue One, we had Gwendolyn Christie do it.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, it'd be really cool if Ryan Johnson did it. I don't think he will.
Ooh,
I don't
that'd be
think
cool.
he will.
I don't.
It'd be
Somehow
very
I don't
cool.
think so. Yeah.
No, I don't think so. He was talking about episode 9 actually this week, but that'll be in a later episode. But no, that would be good. I forgot about that. My Rogue One memory is still to this day seeing Krennic in his uniform.
That's the point though. When we had the episode 7 panel at Anaheim, we had BB-8 roll out. When we were at Celebration 2016 in London, we had Krennic and Death Troopers come out. What are they going to do for? I mean, of course, with the 40th anniversary panel, they had George Lucas
and Harrison Ford
and Hayden Christensen and everyone else. So with Celebration 2019, with episode 9, I reckon they'll have some sort of guest host. They'll have some sort of. There will be a big surprise. Maybe a character from the film. Maybe some. There's going to be something. There's the one thing with a major panel with Celebration. There's always a surprise hidden in there somewhere.
I think our surprise. I mean, we'll get to that. I think the surprises are going to come on the Monday. I will get to that. But episode 9, it's hard to even preview it because we all know what we're going to get. Now, my query is when episode 7 came out. Well, the celebration of that, they were very coy, for obvious reasons, on details. There'd been one trailer at this point. They didn't give anything away. They didn't give names away. They were already out. They didn't give planets away. They just literally brought a BB-8 and spoke about how amazing it is to work on a Star Wars film. Cut across to episode 8, you had Ryan Johnson, who was more than comfortable delivering behind-the-scenes photo. He was showing as much as he could, telling about the plot. Any new character, he kind of spoke about them and introduced them. Like Kelly Marie Tran, he actually explained her character and her arc already in there, and they were very sort of not obviously telling us stuff, but he was welcome to give.
We need something in the middle.
Yeah, you need that new band. You can't just bring out like the main cast and be like, "How great was it to work on it for the last ever time?"
Yeah,
no, it's different.
We'll have that, but we want something new to go along with that.
Yeah, and I hope that they're allowed to give. I mean, I don't want them to give away too much, as everyone would always say, but I hope just enough is said at the right points to then end on a high with the trailer, or if it opened with a trailer, which it never would do because everyone would turn the panel off. I'm intrigued to see what they do. But I think episode 9, it should be the biggest panel. It probably will be the biggest panel, but it's whether anyone can upstage it.
I reckon it'll open with Star Wars Episode 9, insert title here. They'll have the panel, and then at the end they'll show the trailer. I reckon that's how it may roll. To give people a little bit of a preview with the title, which will send everyone nuts. Everyone will start talking. Everyone will start tuning in, and then you'll have the trailer at the end.
What I loved is when episode 3's title was revealed at San Diego, they put like a snippet of each Star Wars film ever. Obviously, at that point, I don't remember. I saw it online a couple of weeks ago, but at that point, it was here's episode 4, New Hope, 5, Empire Strikes Back, 6, Return of the Jedi, 1, Phantom Menace, 2, Attack of the Clones. And then it was like 3, ... Revenge of the Sith, and a little snippet reel. That was a really cool thing they did for episode 3, with it being the end of the saga. If they did something like that with this, I don't know if it'd work. I think you're right. I think they should reveal the name of it. I think they'll do a poster as they do at every celebration. If you're in attendance, we did it for Rogue One. Yep. Episodes 8, they did it all for Last Jedi. Anaheim, they had their own. I don't know if they got a Force Awakens poster. No, that was D23.
D23 did the poster. With Anaheim, it was. I think it might have been a poster. It was a small version. I think A5 or something. I can't remember. They did a little something.
They did something for him, but I'm hoping that, they go well out. But in terms of headliners, episode 9. I mean, we know what we're going to get. Yeah. That's to me the biggest one. That's
the one you can kind of go, yes, we know what we'll see. There's more to be expected from that. Yeah. However, because it's so expected, I reckon that's where they'll throw in a surprise somewhere just to give us something juicy to talk about. Saturday, I agree with what you said, but in our previous chat before we came on, you have the Galaxy's Edge panel. I don't believe that should have been the headline panel for the day. I understand why they're making a big deal about it, because for the company, it's a very big deal. For fans, it is a fun deal, and they've put so much work and effort into it in so many ways and made it more immersive, more actual Star Wars authentic experiences they can compared to some of the other parks and attractions they do. I expect from that a full trailer, and what I mean by that is looking around all the buildings, looking at kind of like if they filmed a soft open day. You know what I mean?
I think it'd be interesting. I think there's a lot of things. I mean, at this point they've given almost everything away except walking around. we just seen photo after photo after photo.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I'm sure they've hired a lot of the not the cast, but like the workers, whether they could, like I said, like almost like a soft opening, like a mini documentary thing. But do you really need an hour's panel? I mean, I know they're launching it earlier in May now, but that's not going to come with it being finished. They're going to be losing the Resistance ride with the main opening still like September time. I don't know what they can really have there that's going to wow people. We all know what we're going to get. Let's like exactly what you said. It's there because it's Disney's thing. It needs to be there. Myself personally, that's not a draw. I didn't enter the lottery for that. That's not a draw. That's the leftover one. I feel that the EA panel, well, I say the Jedi Fallen Order panel.
Jedi Fallen Order panel, yeah.
That had more of a right to be there. I think the issue is because of what happened at launch of Battlefront 2, they probably don't want to give away a spotlight to it, and it would look bad if they didn't have a headline panel for their own theme park they've spent billions on. So I think it's there more so for business than anything else. But it's for me, it's a really big struggle to say, am I excited to see a panel about the theme park? No, because I just want to go to the theme park.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. We want to see because we want to go to it. That's more of our point. We want to actually be there.
Yeah, we don't want someone telling me, oh, how great is this ride going to be? So I don't care about that. I just want to be there. Now, whether they just turn around and give everyone that room like a free ticket for a day wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But I doubt they would. But it's one of those things where I feel that they're going to bring them in there for some reason. And I reckon they'd probably have a guest turn up to be like, hey,
I reckon they might have the animatronic Hondo.
Do you reckon? I don't know. Unless Jim Cummings was just sitting on a stage above them and shouting down. I reckon they'd bring out some like stormtroopers or something to be like, oh, look how authentic it is. But Galaxy Edge panel, I think I'm intrigued. But like I said, it's one of those where I would read a summary online and it'll be the same things I've read for the last 3 years.
Yeah, there's nothing huge coming up with Jedi Fallen Order though. To find out more of the plot line, to get an official trailer, gameplay, in-game footage, release date, and like a proper official release date. Because at the moment it's just full, isn't it? I think they've just said it's just.
They just keep saying full. Yeah, they said this is part of Force Friday. I know.
But they haven't said exactly what's going on with it. So again, a proper release date would be nice. Consoles, if it's going to be console or PC or whatever it's going to be, like just give a full announcement. I reckon it'll be probably console only, annoyingly. Well, no, actually, the last Battlefront 2 and Battlefront 1.
They've all been PC. All PC. It will get a PC launch, I think.
Yeah, but it's just going to be interesting to see what they do with it. It's more the storyline and what they're going to reveal along with that I'm excited to see. So I think Fallen Order should have been, but for understandable reasons, Galaxy's Edge will be.
Yeah. That's the fair way of saying it. And then I think if we jump off to Sunday, Mandalorian.
Yes, that's a big one.
I'm very intrigued for this one. I'm very excited for it. For this one, it's not so much me wanting to see footage or posters or the cast. I've only got one question for them. Is it going to stream weekly or is it all going up at the same time? Because it's things like that should be addressed in this panel. Because
I reckon it will be, yeah.
3 years ago, that question wouldn't be there. Is it all going up online together? Nowadays, with the binge culture, I don't want to have to watch it over 12 weeks. It should, and the problem is Disney Plus has launched. Is it going to launch on time in England? How are they going to? There's things that I mean, it's going to be a great panel. I'm sure they'll do a trailer. I reckon for people in there, they might get a little bit more, maybe like an extended footage scene
or the first episode.
Nah, they wouldn't. Not 20. That'd be like an hour long, I reckon. You can get away with it with like Rebels and stuff for like 20 minutes, but
they did. But first 2 episodes of Rebels when we were there in 2016, so that's 40 odd minutes.
I don't think they'd want to show too much because this is $20 million, $200 million series with 10 episodes. I don't think they'd want to give that much away. I think literally like a 5-10 minute scene that would be big enough for it to be sold with a trailer, probably a poster. They don't even need to do a poster. Just put that first image into a poster size. People would buy it, but.
They would, but I reckon you'll get a poster of some sort, and we expect whatever posters to get you bring back 3 copies so that Dave.
I've got my poster tube. I've got the bubble wrap. It's all safe. Fingers crossed we can get through. But Mandalorian, I think I'm not really excited about I'm excited, but it's not. I'm excited for the show more than the panel.
That's again a good way of putting it. I'm more excited for the show than the panel, but however, I want a snippet. I want a preview. I want something to.
Yeah, and I want to know a little bit about
it.
You know, it's got Pedro Pascal. I love him. I love Pedro. Anyone else just Game of Thrones. He's going to be in Wonder Woman 2. He's I think he's at Narcos. He's meant to be as well. He's like an established actor. He's great, and I just want to see what he's doing. And it's not your typical Star Wars cast. There's a lot of older actors on there. Nick Nolte's going to be in there. Apollo Creed. Sorry, I always forget his name. And then you've got like Gina Carano, who's not your typical like Star Wars girl that's, you know, small, good looking. She's like not what's the word? Not MMA, but you know, she did like kickboxing and stuff like that. You know, it's not your typical Star Wars cast, which gives it a lot more levity. So I'm very intrigued for the Mandalorian panel. I think it'll be great, and I think it's not episode 9. I'm being polite with that.
No, but at the same time, I reckon you might have Jon Favreau and Taika Waititi. Maybe
if Taika came out, that would be beautiful.
I reckon they may have Bryce Dallas Howard as there as well. They'll have something. They being Jon Favreau, considering the amount he's posted on social media and the amount of lengths he's gone to give us little snippets, something cool will be there.
And he's such a Disney guy. I mean, if he dropped a Lion King trailer too, I'd be fine with that.
That'd be kind of fun, but I don't think they will for Celebration. If this was D23, then maybe.
Yeah. I think that'd be interesting.
And then, of course, we come to Monday, which is the episode 1 panel. I'm actually quite excited to see this. I mean, I remember going to see it. I mean, I'd seen the original trilogy in the cinema in '97. I remember going to see episode 1 when it came out, and it was incredible. To see who they might bring out for the panel, that's going to be the interesting one.
To me, this panel I'm as excited for as episode 9. I kind of thought of, if I got a wristband for episode 9, but not episode 1, I'd be a bit gutted. If I got one for 1, but not 9, would I be as good? I genuinely don't know. That's how excited I am. I mean, episode 1 was we've spoken podcast before. It's the first Star Wars film I ever saw. It's the first film I ever saw at the cinema. That's what kicks out all of this. I was 3 years old. I saw it 7 times, I was told, over that, including the 3D re-release, obviously, like 7 years ago. But I feel that this is going to be the one where this is going to be the panel that outdoes episode 9. And I'm sat here thinking back to 2 years ago, Orlando. They brought out George Lucas. They brought out Harrison Ford. They went all guns blazing and they got these people out. Even Liam Neeson sent a video over. Sam Jackson sent a video over. Now,
you're talking Ewan McGregor, Liam Neeson, Natalie Portman.
I don't think Portman will be there. I don't know.
That would be a big one. That would be if she was there, that would be a big one. If
she came, I would probably pay you $1,000 because I would just pay to see her face just drawing a panel about Star Wars in a crowd full of Star Wars fans.
You would bum rush the stage with your poster. Go.
I would be there. It would be like, you know that scene in Dead Man's Chest when the Kraken's killing the people, the guy's waving in the dress and they're like, take it. That's me and my poster.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna. I would have 2 months ago. I'd have guaranteed Liam Neeson cropping up. Yeah. Because of what was said, which we're not going to delve into politics on this channel. What happened in recent news with Liam Neeson, I would still love him to come on the show. I mean, be on the panel. He's Qui-Gon Jinn. It's the 20th anniversary of that film. It's whether he would appear. Like I said, he sent the video message in 2017. I would feel we're going to get at least that from him because I think he does have an attachment to it. I think he's got respect for it more than anything.
Sure, I reckon Ewan McGregor more than anyone will be there.
I think Ewan's going to be there. I think this is going to steal the entire convention. If he walked out and said 2 words, hello there, and if he turned around and walked up,
everyone would be happy.
That would be the greatest moment.
Yeah,
in one of the greatest celebration moments because.
Just you wait until the episode 3 celebration in 2020.
2025. So, yeah.
Well, it'll be the 15th anniversary in 2020.
Oh, God. But what's
and that's only next year. That's the scary part.
That's going to make me feel older than this 20th anniversary of episode 1. What makes it weird about Ewan McGregor, he signed he's done a private signing in the last fortnight for Topps. He's not signing at Star Wars Celebration. The Topps manager, Mark Van Oden, who follow on Twitter, Darth Van Oden, who announced all the guests, he even said, like literally a month ago, there will be guests at the convention who are not signing. There will be guests at the convention who are signing and not doing panels. Now, I'll get to the panel stuff later. I'm convinced Ewan McGregor is going to come up for this panel. I reckon they contacted him about doing the signing. He probably declined, but then he's done the private signing. He's been able to find that. I think if he flew over for the Monday, for the episode 1, because I think he would. If you could reunite him with Qui-Gon Jinn, Liam Neeson, that's a moment. I think Ahmed Best is...
If Jake Lloyd.
This is what I was getting to. I would be so excited to see him. I assume he would get a great standing ovation, as will Ahmed Best. because of Jake Lloyd's health issues, I don't know if he would come. I would love him to come. I think it would be like a Hayden Christensen factor where he might be a bit nervous, and the second he walks that stage, he's got the whole world in his palm. That I think people are going to show respect, and it's sad because half the people clapping are the ones that spent so many years slagging him off.
I reckon Ian McDermott will be there as well. He's already signed.
They've already confirmed. Anyone that's signing that's in episode 1 has been confirmed for the panel. They've also announced Doug Chang is going to be there, which is for me, that's a really cool thing.
That's cool.
And I always forget his name. The one that created Photoshop and had the idea for Rogue One. I feel bad now. You know who I mean.
John Knoll.
I think he would be there as well. They've said he'll be there. But the episode 1 panel, I think, could upstage episode 9 if the guests come out. Mm-hmm. I think Ewan McGregor, I'm quietly hoping for. Remember the rumors about him in 2017, where he was in Orlando at the time of Celebration. He turned up to the solo premiere last year. He is in with Disney. He said this before. And what's the same panel? What also is happening on Monday? The closing ceremony panel.
Mm-hmm.
If Ewan's going to turn up, dear Lord, let him be at both. One to say hello there, and the other to announce something. Yeah. I think Ewan could turn up. If he doesn't, that's fine. But I think this is his moment.
Although, to be fair, though, when it comes to the closing ceremony, I'm not enthusiastic that they'll have anything.
Well, I mean, the year we were there at Rogue One, that was such a fantastic one. They had all the future filmmakers out. Obviously, they had, Phil Lord, Chris Miller. Didn't really work out too well there.
They announced Alden Ehrenreich.
That's Alden Ehrenreich. And I think that was a great panel. That was a great closing ceremony because they said, Orlando, 2 years from now. No, sorry, next year at that point.
Yeah.
Whereas the last year in Orlando, the panel was, we'll be back in 2019. Goodbye. Warwick Davis ran off before the people were throwing tomatoes in. I think the closing panel is going to be very dependent on what is there to be announced. Luke's going to be very coy. I would expect the closing panel to be a bit of a recap. Potentially announce something, maybe something about Cassian. If Kathleen Kennedy is going to be the closing panel, I expect an announcement of some kind. But I would just love it. I also hope for episode 1, I have a sneaky suspicion that Hayden Christensen could moderate the panel.
That'd be cool.
Because he wasn't in it, but he is the prequels.
Yeah.
And he's not signing Monday.
No.
He's
I reckon the end of the closing ceremony panel will be from Kathleen Kennedy, a announcement for Disney Plus with a worldwide release.
No, that'll be D23, I think. I think she was going to announce just something Star Wars. Maybe more Cassian. Mandalorian, I think it's going to get announced in their panel. But the episode 1 panel, I think it's going to just be nice hearing other people talking about it. I think now they're at a point. I don't know if anyone saw Ewan McGregor's comments about a month ago now. He basically came out and said, I was chastised for years for being the prequels. They were so bad. And he said what he loves is that my generation as such, have grown up. And now there's a tremendous amount of not just support for it. This is the comments he gets of people that, like we were wrong previously. And Ewan says that he gets a kick out of it, and now he sees George Lucas' vision with it. I think even Ewan himself probably has looked back and thought, it might have been awful then, but as time's gone by, it's reflected in a better way. You
do wonder if that's going to happen with episode 8.
It's going to just see how episode 9 works, though, isn't it? Because if they retcon half of 8, if they retconned a lot of episode 8, then that is going to stand out like a sore thumb when you look at it as a trilogy. But no, they're the headline panels, right?
Yeah, that's the headline ones. Yeah,
we have a couple of mini things we're not going into too much detail with, but these are some of the ones. I went through the entire schedule last week on the Star Celebration website, and I basically brought out some of the bigger ones. There's a couple mini ones, which are too big, but going off the big ones. If we jump back to Monday, we've got the Vader Immortal, the VR series. That's going to be on the Celebration stage, half 1 to half 2.
Yep.
I didn't even know it was a series. I thought it was like a VR mini game, but it's actually a visual series. And that is after that panel. I believe it's going to be there for people to watch.
Yeah,
just play. Don't know. Don't have my VR anymore.
Well, XLab was there when we were there in 2016.
I couldn't get, and that was at the Trials in Tatooine. I couldn't get anywhere near there. They were gone.
Oh no, it was just stupidly long the queue.
The whole app thing will get to that. That would work better for something like VR. Not for queuing for panels though. But the Vader Immortal series, I'm not really fussed. If I can get a chance to go on it, I will.
Yeah, but it sounds like you're there for.
Yeah, and the other thing with VR is that you can't get full. It's not actors; it's it's a video game cutscene. I don't sound disrespectful.
No, of course.
If it's a visual series, it's going to look great, but you're going to be able to tell it's a cutscene without sounding snobby and unfair. But I'm intrigued. I would have loved something like VR to have been done like the animation realm. Like some like Rebels or Clone Wars, that would have probably benefited VR better. That'd have also made it a hell of a lot more expensive too.
This is very true. And then, of course, so go back to Friday. We have the 20 years of Lego Star Wars and the Star Wars Hasbro panels. Those I'm looking forward to, especially the Hasbro one.
Hasbro is going to be interesting. They didn't actually announce any exclusives except the Black Series figures. My bet is they're going to announce San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and it's going to be Qui-Gon Jinn. And it's going to be the 20th anniversary figure again. I think that's going to be San Diego.
Sadly so, and I don't know if we'll ever get it in the UK. But if we do, it's going to be very expensive. Unless A1 or Powder, which I hope they would.
I think they're better at getting San Diego more so than Celebrations. Which is, well, as long as I can get the other ones, I'm fine. If I don't, then it's going to be a different story. But we'll find out on Tuesday. That'd be a great end to like everything, every announcement.
We'll get onto that in a bit as well. Saturday, not a huge amount. I mean, Saturday is what we got for Saturday. We've got
Jedi Fallen Order.
Yep, we've got Galaxy's Edge.
Is the Marvel panel on Saturday as well?
I think it might be. Yeah, we've got the Sisters of the Force as well, which is the celebration of women in Star Wars. The Marvel panel, I think, is on Saturday. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. Sunday for me, Mandalorian and Clone Wars.
Clone Wars. I think they're going to do an episode or two. I think the entire
with only 12 episodes coming.
Actually, that's a very good point.
If they're going to risk any,
they'll do one
at all.
Trailer and one. I think what's
full
nice.
Trailer, yeah.
The whole cast are there in attendance. They're all signing. They're all going to be at that panel on the Sunday. Sorry. I'm intrigued because they're all going to be there. I mean, you know, it's even evolved when you have Sam Witwer there, who's now doing all 5 days of the convention. He originally dropped to 3, then went straight back to 5. He had a word with the production he's actually working on. They postponed scenes for him. Massive respect for him for that. Not just cancelling because of work. But Clone Wars, I think, is going to have a potential. I mean, there's the Rebels panel on the Saturday as well. Rebels Remembered.
Yep.
Is
Resistance panel on Saturday as well?
Resistance is Monday.
I
don't think the Rebels panel is going to... Without sounding rude, I don't think it's going to be that good.
Rebels Remembered is just going to be that. It's going to be nothing new, nothing shiny. It's just going to be a chat with the cast and flowing back experience, and that's going to be it.
This is the thing, and this is all I remember from Celebration 2017 was the Rebels panel was them talking about how much they liked working on it. Because at that point, we didn't know they'd recorded the final season. So
it was announced. That's what it was announced.
That's the thing. They'd already recorded it, but then they announced it, and you kind of like, well, you don't really have anything new to say because you've not been able to say anything. And nothing really happened in the last series to talk about. You know, as great as Rebels was and is, half of that final season was poor in my own, you know, without getting into like the details too much.
We have actually got a full breakdown of season 4 on our channel if you want to go back and watch that.
Actually, the second half, it comes in, but when they said the final ever season, it's already been recorded. There's less episodes to be more on point, and it took a lot longer than I think everyone wanted it to be to get to that level. And then it did some questionable things, which is fine. It's own artistic values. I just don't know how that panel is going to be. And the other thing is they're looking at that, but everyone's going to be thinking tomorrow, Clone Wars. That's the other issue with that.
Clone Wars is going to be the big one. When it comes to TV, Mandalorian, first live action TV show, that's going to be big. Clone Wars, the best animated show they've done.
And it's back. They're doing merchandise for it. 12 Clone Wars save. They're awful designs of the t-shirts. That horrible poster is on all the t-shirts. It looks really cheap. I thought Celebration could have done better. Some of the t-shirts are great. We'll get to that, but Rebels Clone Wars panel is going to be a big one. I think that's going to be hard to get into as well. And then I think another interesting from the Sunday, Alan Tudyk's doing a 1-hour panel, and more so than Star Wars for his career. He's a guy that is just entertaining. He's done so much. He's
doing stuff like iRobot. He was in Moana. He's been in
every Disney animated film like for the last 7 or 8 years.
Yeah,
and I think he's a guy. I mean, we'll get to the panel stuff later, but a 1-hour talk. He's one of the people where I think I would do an hour listen to that.
More so than the Anthony Daniels panel for sure.
Anthony Daniels, there's nothing that could be said that's not been said at all.
Yeah.
Like, he can literally say nothing. Oh, I can't talk about episode 9. Let's talk about episode 7 and 8. How did I get the red arm? I'm Anthony Daniels. Here's my posh voice. I love myself. I love all of you. Good night at the end.
Yeah.
There's your Anthony Daniels panel.
If you want to laugh, go back and watch the Anthony Daniels panel from 2016. I'm in that, and you will laugh. I guarantee it. This is the very Ones of the Force of Star Wars podcast. I met Dave the day before. George we hadn't met yet, but I was in that panel with Dave. Yeah, that night. I was in that panel with Dave.
Because he was at I met him at the Empire Q. I mean, I got the autograph the day before, but I went to the Empire magazine, had their own area, and they had like a Q&A, and me and my sister just sat down to have a break because there was like a sofa and stuff. The next thing, Anthony Daniels walked over with about 50 people around him, and then we were surrounded for an hour and a half, and then he did a really cool, like, it was like a quiz Q&A type thing. It wasn't your standard panel, it was more of like the actual more interactive fun stuff, which I think he was great fun of that. I got to talk to him about EMPs and spoilers, which ironically 3 years later is everything I know about. But I think I've got a lot of time for Anthony Daniels. I think he's very smart when it comes to PR work now.
Oh, for sure.
I don't want to go into details of the stuff in the past, but I've got a lot of time for him. More time now than I did when I was little. But he's C-3PO. And you know what? For someone that voices on the worst Star Wars characters, he's always embraced him, and I've got so much respect for that.
Yeah, he is kind of behind Goldenrod, the face of Star Wars in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, he's even without Lucas, he's been the only person who have been in every single Star Wars film.
Even to the point he had a cameo as not C-3PO in Solo.
He did indeed. So yes, that's the Sunday that goes on the Monday. We've got the Resistance Season 2 panel, the Warwick Davis panel, and the closing ceremony. Warwick Davis panel, again, we don't really need. We have one every celebration.
He hosts it for like all weekend. It's like, you know what, you just want an hour of me now.
Yeah.
And then you kind of like, yeah, let's talk about Ewoks or Harry Potter. You pick Warwick.
Yeah, we don't need that. Here's my cameo for this film. Okay, yeah, thank you.
I just remember how awkward he was saying at the end of the closing ceremony. The last one was like, oh, we're going to return in 2019. And ran off. And everyone, you could just hear the audible boos. That's all I remember.
Yeah,
and I felt bad for him, man. I didn't mean
to here's the audible, wait, what?
Everyone just wanted the name of this. All it needed was a state name.
Yeah.
Nothing else, just the name of the state.
Yeah.
Nothing. I remember staying late for that as well. That's what made it worse.
We all did. We all did. To be fair, still not as regrettable as listening into the Disney financial call, just in case they announced something. Oh, that was horrible.
And the part where they put you on hold was the part they showed all the shareholders, except for episode 9. Anyway, that is the main big panels and interesting-ish panels that's going to be happening. Anybody who thinks they missed anything out, they are all on the Star Wars Celebration website. And the app, which is a great segue into our next parts.
Yeah, let's talk about the app.
The Star Wars Celebration app.
I'm going to let you rant about this.
I mean, they kind of had one in 2016, but you didn't really need it. 2017, I believe they had one, which was meant to be great. Apparently, it was really good for the weekend. Now, they kept talking about a 2019 app. This is a month ago, and it released on Android, I think, on Thursday last week, and it came out on iTunes last night. A week before the event, and it's just an app. That's fine. Coinciding with their new queuing system, the lotteries, which we've ranted about. If you haven't heard already, Lucasfilm will no longer allow people to queue to go into panels, to go into overnights. There will be no queuing of any kind. You will not be able to befriend people. You will not be able to sleep on those cold floors to get the wristband. You shall go online and put your ticket number in there. And then you will apply for it and find out on Friday, the 5th of April, if you were successful. On Tuesday, the 2nd of April, they turned around and said, guess what, folks? We're extending it until Monday now, so you're all going to get results on Tuesday. Normally I wouldn't care, but I'm flying across the world to go to a convention, and I'm not going to know until I've landed if I'm not only going into any of the main 3 panels. I don't even know if I'm going to be allowed to buy any Pops, Lego, or Hasbro things.
You could legitimately get there, not get into any panel, not be able to buy anything.
I could end up watching Star Wars Celebration at Celebration on YouTube. Now,
that's a low blow.
That is, I mean, I could be outside the room and listening to them talk and not be able to see. Now, normally, again, I wouldn't care. I was fine. Well, I wasn't fine, but I was okay with them announcing it on Friday. That gave me the weekend and time to prepare, time to see what I needed to do. Unfortunately for Lucasfilm, it's more Rage Pop than Lucasfilm. They want it all to be on apps. All the other panels, anyone that's not the main ones, any panel that's not Episode 9, Galaxy Edge Management, Episode 1, you can go on your app at 10 a.m. each morning and go into the panel via that. That's right. You must go on your phone at 10 in the morning to find out if you can go into any other panel, which is ludicrous because thousands of people are going to, tens of thousands of people each day will be going onto that app now at 10 o'clock to try and get into a panel. Now, this is going to go 3 ways. They prove everyone wrong, and it was a fantastically organized, successful app. They win. Fair play. Option number 2, it completely doesn't work and no one goes into any panels. Step 3, they somehow over allocate, and the panels, there's like 3 people per seat and stuff like that. It's something that needed beta testing, which probably hasn't been done.
Option 4, it crashes and they abandoned it halfway through.
I think that's what I'm hoping for. Just print a couple of thousand wristbands, guys. We've got 3 days. The lottery system's going to be the be-all and end-all for me. I'm not fussed about merchandise being free lottery. That makes a lot of sense. I've got fine with that. Being able to reserve the shopping for the Celebration store through the app, as long as that works, I'm fine with that. Because apparently 2017 people queued hours to get in.
And in 2016 as well, I had to queue for about an hour to get in.
Whereas me...
And there was leftovers.
And the worst thing is I've pre-ordered my top. I mean, when I bought my tickets, I heard about that. I ordered a top. I ordered my lanyard. I ordered the program. I ordered the wrong size top. And I didn't say anything. So I'm going to turn up Wednesday and be like, oh, I thought it was an XXL. And they're going to be like, no, it's a small. So I need to somehow... Basically, when the tickets went on sale, I just rushed through the entire website.
I remember.
That I was at work. I just sat there. I need to get these tickets. I didn't look because obviously a program you just add one, lanyard add one. I just pressed the first one there was for top, which I didn't really realize till after I booked it, and I didn't want to contact them. It took about a day for my confirmation email to come in. But no, the app they're adding more things to each day. I mean, I've got it actually here. I'm gonna see if I can show you something. Every time like you turn it on, I don't know if anyone's watching, they can see that. It basically just comes up with these. Oh, there's actually 12 options now. They're all links to the website. You want to know what guests are going to Star Wars Celebration? Here's the exact same thing you're seeing on the website every single day. You want to find out who's doing autographs? Let's give you an exterior link to the Star Wars website. It's terrible. In 2017, apparently it's great. I don't do the pin trading. Apparently that's a big part of the app. You can find out where to get the pins where you want it. Guess what, guys? This one, it just links you straight back to the website.
I'd be interested in patches. I like patches. I don't
like pins. I think pins is like these like.
Although if you come across any patches, pick them up, bring them my way.
I don't mind patches. I'm gonna get a couple.
I love patches.
I don't think that. I think they've messed up, and I think what's nice is that I'm not being like this one ranting man on every Facebook post they're doing. People moaning when they extended the lottery by 4 days. Sorry. Why? If you wanted to enter it, you should have entered it. You knew when the lottery was going to go up. People were moaning, saying that, oh, I bought my tickets off eBay, so I don't actually have my emails. Well, you should have bought them off the website then. Or do their specific light service, which is as dodgy. They announced that a month before the event. It's not really worked. They're saying there's been delays. Some people are picking up their tickets on Wednesday that moaned, and then they said, you can just put your email address and it works the same. So there was no need for them to be an extension to the lotteries. It just makes it harder. I mean, Chicago's a big place. I want to go to places. How am I meant to do that if I don't know what I'm doing until Tuesday after I land? Because I don't think I can do 5 days all day at a convention. Saturday's my autograph day. That's a sacrifice of everything else. If Thursday's a preview day, if Friday I don't get into 9, or at least I get into something, then at least I know I can kill the Friday afternoon waiting for autographs. If I got into nothing on Sunday, would I want a day off? I don't know. It's going to depend how it all goes. It's not worked out very well. And
the organization of the app is just a complete joke. It's just terrible. The lottery system is, in principle, it sounds good, but you just know in practice it's just not going to work out, and it already hasn't.
I don't think it should be a convention this big. And
No.
I kind of think for the episode 9 panel, where people have queued each year, just bring in this lottery device after this year.
And of course, the not queuing overnight is a big deal. We met in the queue overnight.
That's a big part of this for people. I mean, I don't do it often. I was more than happy to sacrifice one night for the episode 9 panel. But when I see, people, people do it all night, that's fine. But taking that away, I mean, yeah, you meet people, it's cool. But that adds a bit of fun to it. But it also means you've traveled all that way. You know you're going to get into the panel because you're queuing overnight.
Exactly.
I think this came down to awful management 2017 when Orlando again. We were very lucky in 2016 that XL, where it was hosted, is like a giant airport hangar. It could literally be an airport hangar if people have never been there before.
They're very experienced doing things there. I go to con there every single year. I know how that
exactly
works.
And everyone knows how it works. And it's an isolated location. It's not in central London. It's skimmering towards Greenwich. That was fine. I don't know Chicago. I don't know how busy McCormack Place is, but I think Orlando was bad and they bottled it. Now trying to go on to a lighter note, the guests, there's a lot of autograph guests. I'm not going to go for the entire run list for everyone.
Nope. We've done that again on quite a lot of our shows recently.
If anyone cares, the 5 I've got booked are Hayden Christensen, Ian McDermott, Forrest Whitaker, Aaron Kellyman, and Ahmed Best.
Are you doing the combination for the photo op for
I'm not.
Ian McDermott and Hayden Christensen?
Not for $330. I'm just doing a photo with Anakin. I've just an autograph for Ian McDermott. I would love to have done the group one. What I didn't like was that the Jango Fett and Boba Fett combined photo op was cheaper than 2 individual photo ops, but the Anakin and the Emperor one is more expensive than 2 individual ones, which doesn't work. But it's going to be interesting to see. I've never been to a Tops event. I'm not sure how they give you autograph time slots. If they stick to it, that's fine. But I don't know how well it's going to go. And in England conventions, you just turn up, you go in a queue, you wait, you go in. I get the whole pre-ordering your autographs online, that's fine. But what about the people that want to do it on the day? Do they miss out? I don't know. And I guess the minor bit of news, the only guest who've cancelled this year is Tamara Morrison. For a convention with 60 guests, 1 cancellation is actually quite good.
Oh, God, yeah. No, usually expect 10 maybe total.
Yeah, you use at least 5. On a percentage ratio, you're probably at about 8-9% cancellations. They do happen. To get 1 out of 60 is very good. Yeah. And as much as I wanted to meet Tamara Morrison, at least it was someone that was announced so early on.
Shall we talk about the debacle that happened with the refunding system?
Yes. So Tamara Morrison cancelled, found out via Twitter. No formal email, no formal celebration announcement. It was found out through that Van Oden, the Tops marketing guy. He kind of tweeted it, saying, you'll get refunds. Now, ReedPop don't do the autographs. This is done for a company called Epic Photo Ops. They sent me an email on Wednesday saying, Tamara Morrison's cancelled. You can have your refund after Star Wars Celebration 2019. Or you can exchange it on site for the same price. Or you can exchange it online for a voucher for the same price. If you would like a refund, then you have to wait until after the event. I think that was very poor taste. They didn't even actually give you a link to ask to how to get the online exchange. So I had to contact customer support, get a number to then basically get my Forrest Whitaker autograph. That was cheap. Did not like that. That's not how they work. All conventions usually within 3 days of being announced. That's not how they should work. And then, there's even debacle with Anthony Daniels now, who is not signing via Tops. He is doing an Anthony Daniels meet and greet for $100. You can meet him and get an autograph. Basically, guys, apparently, and this is not confirmed, he didn't have a very good experience in 2017 with Tops. And after that, he won't do a convention with them. He won't do private signings with them. He had a very poor convention experience. Now, he's fine with Repop because he appeared at 2 MCMs back-to-back last year. And this is his first one. Since then, it was for a Repop one.
Yeah.
So clearly Tops were the issue. As I said, Repop just hired Tops to do all the autographs. They've got no really part of that, which is understandable. But the guest, it's not as big as 2017. 2017 you had Hamill, everyone. Obviously not the episode 9 cast. You had Felicity Jones, the $250 joke, which is immortal.
Lives on stars in one's the Force of Star Wars podcast.
I would have loved to have met her. I mean, now I've got Forrest Whitaker on that Rogue One. Well, I will have Forrest Whitaker on that poster. I'm kind of there, if the time came, would I? That would be the most hypocritical moment in my life.
Would be, and we would rip you for it. And it would be
I would be terrorized. It's like Riz Ahmed. I met him at the BAFTAs for free. I got a photo with him because my Rogue One poster was at home. It was a terrible photo, but I was like, wow, that's $100 in 2 months' time. And it was free. I mean, I don't think I'd get a Riz Ahmed autograph for Celebration. I think he will sign again. But yeah. What's next? Merchandise?
Merchandise, yes. There's a lot of cool stuff, but at the same time, there's a lot of tacky. It always is. It's always the way with Celebration and any other convention, especially a name brand convention, if that makes any sense in terms of if it's specific to a fandom. You will always get a bunch of tacky stuff. You always get a bunch of classy stuff as well. However, I do like the ability on the app to be able to reserve and pick up what you want. I didn't have that option in 2016. I missed out. No, this is the other thing with the app. Everything that you want, they haven't released yet, and everything you want to find out, you won't find out until you get there. It's just a debacle.
The merchandise I mean, there's so much merch. We've gone over it before. Funko's area, Lego's area, Hasbro's area. Last week, they officially did the Star Wars Celebration area. My word, some of it is incredible. Some of it is awful. Like every event. I found out this morning, there's a talk like the Windy City. I was like, I don't know what this means. Apparently, Windy City is like another word for Chicago.
It is. It's their nickname, yeah.
So now I know that. I was like, I get it. Still wouldn't buy it, but I guess the locals would. What I have seen, I mean, we could read the entire list off if we really wanted to, which we don't really have the time to do. There's some really cool stuff, and there's some really overpriced stuff. There's some great socks, not for $20. There's not the great socks. They're $10. There's no other mitts this year though, which I guess is a pleasant surprise.
Thank God, yeah. Here's a little hint for you out there, boys and girls. Learn from my mistake. Do not buy the Celebration box if they do one this year.
Would you? I mean, the merch isn't as bad this year. You've probably got a better chance of getting the merch out this year than last year, right?
Ooh, maybe I've been burned.
I mean, you'd have to look at the really bad stuff first to like know that this is what I could have.
The shirt was cool, and the mug was cool.
I think it was on paper everyone would get the lanyard, shirt, and mug, and the rest would be leftovers. I reckon that's what it was.
Yeah.
What I want to say, the one thing I really want the Pozu shoes.
Death Star beach ball. No.
There's the Pozu shoes for this year look great. Yep. I've got a lot of time for them. The thing that's took my mind, which I don't know if I can pull off still, is the Lando Calrissian Hawaiian shirt. Seen at the end of Solo. Now, I'm going to state the obvious here. I'm not black. I'm not Donald Glover. I'm not Billy D. Williams. I don't think I can pull it off, but you know what? I just want to wear that. I don't even want to try. I want to be that weird white dude that just, why is he wearing a Hawaiian shirt? No one's going to know what it is. Not even Star Wars fans know what it is because it's seen in like 30 seconds at the end of Solo.
So it's going to be ridiculous.
I really want it, and I'm going to try my hardest to get it. I did really like the design of the baseball jacket for Maul until they realized how shiny it was and the front's awful. I
like the Tor style shirt. That's pretty cool.
There's some great shirts, but I think I forgot what I was actually going to say now. Sorry, my bad.
So we need to have this is the thing. Dave and I, of course, will have our own private conversation with George. Can you get us this if you can?
I would just messing with that for like, what do you need reserving, guys? And then just just transferring me like all this money, and they're like, here comes the Felicity Jones autograph.
Disappears.
Could you actually imagine? You know, if she was going, I'd have done that on purpose. I wouldn't have actually done it like the deed. I'm not that bad a person, but I would have actually not told you I was getting the autograph, got all of your money, and then text you saying I've got a Felicity Jones autograph. I couldn't get your exclusives. Yeah, and I would just put my phone in airplane mode for a day and see what happens. Like, what would you do?
Ooh, I don't know if I should say this on camera. Yeah, it wouldn't be fun, I have to tell you. I mean, it'd be a good laugh, but I don't think it would go down well.
No, not on the initial moment.
No.
It would be like that famous like peep show scene. I mean, I'm going so off topic here with the Christmas turkey, where at the end he's like, "Oh, I actually got you the Christmas turkey," and it's like, "Oh, that's what that moment would be."
Yeah.
But no, that's the main stuff I think of myself previewing Celebration.
Indeed, the other thing we need to say is basically we will be doing the main panels as best we can. I am very busy. I also have the UK system open for X-Wing, so I play as everyone out there knows, I play the Star Wars X-Wing miniatures game competitively, and next weekend for me is the largest ever X-Wing event in the world. It's 600 people. It's going to be amazing. There with Firestorm Squadron, my team. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to be very busy over those 4 days, going between Star Wars Celebration panels, doing Ones of the Force content, and doing the UK system open. So by the time it's all done on a Monday, by Tuesday, I'm going to be dead. However, we're going to do our best. So we'll plan on doing the major panels from each day, plus a roundup and anything else we feel good in between. George is our reporter on the ground. Now, George, what are you planning on doing?
Except going to Star Wars Celebration, I haven't decided. What do you mean, my holiday, or just for the content for the channel? Both.
Content for the channel.
I'm joking. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't fully decided. So there's a couple of options here. There are daily vlogs, which would be me putting a phone to my head and talking to a camera for 10 minutes, looking really weird in public. Can I pull that off? I think so. There's definitely going to be pictures. I'm not taking my big DLR. I've got a new phone, a Google Pixel, which is great. And you know what's great about these phones? They've got the best camera you can have on phones. So I am definitely going to have pictures over. My aim is for the Thursday preview to get as many, not exclusives for us, but to, when you get conventions, the stuff on display. My goal is to basically help out on social media, get stuff going. Now, I've spoke to my phone contact provider. Apparently, my phone should work fine abroad, 4G and everything. I don't trust them till I actually see it happening. But I want to get some vlogs over. I don't think I'll be able to make genuine YouTube live streams. I would love to, but that's going to depend on sort of various factors, which I guess we'll discuss privately near the time. It again depends on the internet signal, what's occurring. But I am definitely going to be getting stuff over. It's going to make up for, I might be absent in England for 90% of our filming, but who's going to be in Chicago? I'm taking that moment of pride. Now, at the same time, during these videos, I'm going to have one hand guarding my postage tube. No one's going to touch that. Even if I can get some exclusives, that'd be cool to put some videos and stuff. But I will be doing a lot of social media stuff for us. I'm going to probably activate all of our social media onto my phone and see if I can go live a couple of times and whatnot. But I'm excited, and I think we're going to have, an on-the-ground reporter, guys at home, so we can cover the best of both worlds.
Indeed. So yes, Dave and myself, we're doing the best to cover what we can here. George will be our roving reporter. We're going to give you the best content on YouTube, guaranteed, baby. But we'll see. No, we're going to do our best. We're going to give you as much content as we can, provide as much as we can, talk about everything. And Jim, we can't wait for it. George, I am very much well aware of the time. I know you, unfortunately, you have to go. We're just about wrapped up here this evening. I don't think there's anything else that needs to be said. So thanks for joining us as per always. Check out the channel in the coming days. We'll announce what we can when we can. We'll put up a schedule for what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. Basically, between the three of us privately, we'll discuss how we're going to roll out next weekend, but we're going to do our best to bring you the best that we can. Until then, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Ones of the Force, the Star Wars Podcast, or at the Force Podcast. You can find this audio version later on iTunes, Spotify, and Podbean and Stitcher, as well as being here on YouTube. Until then, we've been Ones of the Force. The Force will be with you. Good night.